two monsters, two nightmares. One lives in your dream, the other crawls out from the dark to make them real. Freddy Krueger and Pennywise aren't just killers, they are fear itself. But what happens when nightmare meets nightmare, when Freddy's dream world collides with the Eater of Worlds? Let's find out who truly owns your fear. Pennywise, the dancing clown, the thing in the deadlights. For the people of Derry, Maine, he's just a nightmare that comes around every generation. But for everyone who really knows what he is, Pennywise isn't a clown at all. He's it, an ancient cosmic predator from outside time and space, a creature that slipped into our universe from the Macroverse, a realm so far beyond human comprehension that looking at its true form can literally shatter your mind. The clown face? That's just a mask. The real Pennywise is the deadlights, three blinding spheres of godlike energy that exist beyond the material world. Anyone who looks into them gets pulled out of reality and dropped into a dimension of pure madness, trapped between thought and oblivion. It's not just death, it's erasure. Every 27 years, Pennywise wakes up hungry. It warps Derry into silence, bends reality, and begins to feed. Not just on flesh, but on fear. And that's the key. Pennywise's power doesn't just come from what it is, it comes from what you believe it is. If you're terrified, it becomes unstoppable. But if you stop believing, if you stop being afraid, you can actually hurt it. That's why it loves children. Their imagination makes their fear real. And imagination works both ways. Physically, Pennywise is a shape-shifting monster that can turn into whatever you fear most. It's fast enough to appear and vanish in a blink, strong enough to tear through metal, and durable enough to survive being crushed, burned, or blown apart, only to reform seconds later. Its illusions aren't just visual, they affect every sense. It can warp an entire town's perception, erase itself from memory, or make adults walk past a screaming child without even noticing. That's how deep its manipulation runs. It edits reality itself. But the most terrifying part? Pennywise doesn't even need to touch you to win. It can dive straight into your mind, read every fear you've ever had, and reshape the world around you to weaponize it. And if you lock eyes with the deadlights, your consciousness gets dragged straight into the Macroverse, where the real it lives, where it can devour your soul completely. Still, Pennywise isn't invincible. Its power is tied to the rules of belief. The same imagination that feeds it can destroy it. Confidence, courage, or sheer disbelief can make its attacks collapse. And if you can reach its physical anchor, that twisted, beating heart hidden inside its avatar, you can kill it for good. So while it calls itself the Eater of Worlds, the truth is simpler. Pennywise is a cosmic parasite that turns fear into power. It's not a monster that lives under your bed. It's the idea that your fear makes the monster real. Freddy Krueger, the dream demon, the man in your nightmares, the scarred face, the glove of knives, the whisper that comes just before you wake up. Freddy Krueger isn't just a serial killer anymore. He's fear incarnate. Once upon a time, he was human, a child murderer burned alive by the parents of Elm Street. But death didn't stop him. As his body burned, 3 dream demons appeared and offered him a deal: unimaginable power in exchange for his soul. Freddy took it, became something else entirely, a being who doesn't just haunt dreams, he owns them. Inside the dream world, Freddy is a god. Every law of physics, every rule of reality, Every definition of life and death, they all belong to him. If he imagines it, it becomes real. He can bend time into loops, create entire landscapes from nothing, transform his victims into whatever he wants. Meatballs, marionettes, blood fountains, anything his twisted imagination desires. And that imagination is infinite. Freddy has reshaped entire dreamscapes on a whim, stretched a single road into infinity, and made his laughter echo through the minds of every sleeping soul on Earth. He's pulled people into his world from miles away, merged multiple dreams into one massive nightmare, and even used reality itself as his weapon, twisting hallways, shifting gravity, and turning safe spaces into death traps. But Freddy isn't just a reality warper. He's an apex predator of the human mind. He can read your thoughts, dig through your memories, and twist your worst fears against you. He's fought telepaths, witches, and even other supernatural beings. And each time, he adapts. He's absorbed the power of other dreamers, created clones of himself, and regenerated from total destruction, including moments where his very soul was torn apart, and he simply laughed it off. And his range? Limitless. He can kill from within the dream world and have it manifest in reality. He survived exorcisms, holy water, demonic banishment, and even being erased from memory. In one continuity, he used the Necronomicon to pull himself fully into the waking world, giving him all of his dream powers in reality. In another reality, he fights beings who can alter the dream dimension itself, still comes out on top. Freddy's durability is also just as absurd. He's been blown up, decapitated, crucified, and atomized, and he always comes back, because as long as people fear him, he exists. And that's the real secret. Freddy's power is fed by fear and belief. If you remember him, if you whisper his name, if you think he might be out there, he's already won. And the second you fall asleep, you're on his turf, where he controls the rules, and the only escape is waking up. Even gods of fear would find it hard to cage a mind like Freddy's. He's cunning, cruel, and endlessly creative, the perfect intersection of imagination and malice. He doesn't just kill you, he plays with you. And in the dream world, he's not just the hunter, he's the author of your nightmare. So who wins, the dream demon or the dancing clown? Let's break it down. Freddy Krueger and Pennywise aren't just horror icons, they are fear itself. Two supernatural killers who feed on terror, bend reality to their will, and treat your mind like their playground. But what happens when nightmare meets nightmare, when Freddy's dream world collides with the macroverse? At their core, both Freddy and Pennywise follow the same law. Fear equals power. Freddy was once human, burned alive for his crimes, reborn by dream demons. He became an immortal being who rules over nightmares. He doesn't just kill you, he makes you live your own worst fears until you break. The more terrified you are, the more control he gets. Fear is his fuel, and imagination is his weapon. Pennywise works off the same concept, but on a much bigger scale. He's not human, or even mortal. He's a fragment of a cosmic entity from the macroverse, a being older than time that manifests as whatever you fear most. Where Freddy hunts the dreams of one town, Pennywise warps the reality of an entire city. He doesn't just invade your sleep, he invades your belief. Both manipulate reality through emotion, but where Freddy's power is rooted in the dream world, Pennywise's comes from the belief system of Derry. the psychic environment he's shaped over centuries. So right away, at some core level, this matchup's about territory. Freddy's domain is the dream realm, Pennywise's is the waking nightmare of Gary, and whoever drags the other into their turf wins. Now, in terms of raw versatility, Freddy's imagination runs wild. Inside the dream world, he's omnipotent. He can reshape space, create infinite dimensions, and change form on a whim. He's merged multiple dreams into one, turned entire neighborhoods into looping nightmares, even pulled his victims across dimensions to kill them in reality. He's made his own body explode into monsters, regenerated from pure ashes, has laughed off total disintegration. He's absorbed souls, replicated himself into countless clones, and created entire dream ecosystems just to mess with a single target. The dream world obeys only one law: Freddy's will. If he imagines it, it happens. Pennywise, on the other hand, doesn't imagine, he edits. He doesn't need to build a nightmare, he rewrites the script of reality itself. He can manipulate every sense, sight, sound, touch, even memory. He can make an entire crowd of adults ignore a dying child, fill a room with blood only one person can see, and tear the laws of physics apart like paper. He's a reality warper, a psychic manipulator, and a shapeshifter who can weaponize your memories. If you ever look into the deadlights, the true form behind his clown body, your mind gets ripped out of reality entirely, trapped in a cosmic dimension of madness where your soul just floats. That's Pennywise's trump card, the deadlights. It's not just light, it's what light is afraid of. Now, Freddy is fast, terrifyingly fast, but within his own realm. He's created infinite dream roads, made his laughter echo across the minds of every sleeping person on Earth, manipulated time like it's a toy. In the dream world, he's basically omnipresent. If you're asleep, he's already there. But Pennywise operates on a macroversal level. His consciousness exists beyond time and space. He can drag your mind into the macroverse in an instant, a space outside all physical laws. He's not just fast, he's conceptually faster. His being transcends the speed of light or thought. In the books, a character who glimpsed his true form was hurled across the universe in a blink, passing cosmic beings like Maturin the Turtle, a creature that literally supports reality. So yeah, Freddy might be fast in dreams, but Pennywise moves in the cracks between existence. But here's where things get interesting. Both Freddy and Pennywise have one fatal flaw. They can only hurt you if you're afraid of them. Freddy's entire existence is belief-based. If you stop fearing him or stop dreaming about him, his power fades. He's been erased before by collective disbelief. He's also come back through urban legend, reviving the memory of his own name. He is fear. No fear, no Freddy. Pennywise runs on the same battery. The less afraid you are, the weaker he becomes. That's why kids can beat him. Their belief in imaginary weapons turns the table. The battery acid inhaler, the silver slingshot, all work because the kids believed they would. Faith itself can kill Pennywise. So what happens when two fear eaters face each other? Well, they cancel out the rules. Freddy's not afraid of anything, and that's Pennywise's worst nightmare. He's arrogant, cruel, and absolutely convinced he's untouchable. He's fought gods, demons, telepaths, even Ash Williams, and he won't back down. And Pennywise, well, for all his power, he's still a coward. He toys with prey, he postures, he manipulates, but when he's hurt, when someone actually resists him, he panics, he runs. When the Losers Club fought back, the Eater of Worlds whimpered like a child. Freddy wouldn't run, he'd laugh. So here's the deciding factor: the battlefield. If the fight happens in the real world, Pennywise dominates. He's a reality warper with god-tier psychic manipulation, while Freddy needs dreams to function. Pennywise could erase his presence, manipulate his senses, or show him the deadlights and consume his soul before Freddy can react. But if this fight happens in the dream world, everything changes. In dreams, Freddy is omnipotent. And Pennywise, for all his cosmic scale, still dreams. Stephen King's text literally says it sleeps between feeding cycles. That means it dreams. And if it dreams, it's Freddy's domain. Inside the dream world, Freddy controls the rules. He's faced psychic dreamwalkers before and crushed them effortlessly. He can manipulate the environment, loop time, multiply himself, and rip Pennywise apart over and over. Even if Pennywise tried to pull him into the macroverse, Freddy can escape through dimensional warping, or create infinite dream clones to overwhelm him. And Pennywise's usual trick, feeding on fear, won't work. Freddy doesn't feel fear, he causes it. Worse yet, Freddy's belief system is the exact opposite of Pennywise's weakness. Freddy believes in himself. Absolutely. That confidence isn't just arrogance, it's fuel. Lastly, there's just durability. Even if Pennywise ripped Freddy's body apart, it wouldn't matter. Freddy's been atomized, disintegrated, exorcised, and banished from existence. He always comes back. Because Freddy isn't a body, he's an idea. As long as people remember him, as long as fear exists, he endures. Pennywise, on the other hand, can die, destroy its physical anchor, that twisted heart, and the deadlights vanish. It's happened before, and if anyone's creative enough to find that heart and crush it, it's Freddy. Because the second Freddy realizes that Pennywise feeds on belief, he'll weaponize it. He'll make Pennywise doubt himself. He'll make the clown afraid of him. And that's game over. This fight is the ultimate paradox: fear fighting fear. Pennywise might outclass Freddy in cosmic scale, speed, and raw physical power, but Freddy's the better manipulator. He's the master of mental warfare. And in a battle where imagination decides everything, Freddy's imagination is infinite. Pennywise is a cosmic god. Freddy is a god in every dream that's ever existed. If this fight happens in reality, Pennywise wins, no question. But the second he dreams, even for a moment, Freddy Krueger turns that dream into a living hell. Once that happens, the clown never wakes up. Freddy Krueger wins.